Everyone, welcome to my first One Piece anime reaction in like a year or two, I think. I'm honestly not even sure, it's been a minute. But we didn't have a One Piece chapter this week, so I thought I'd kind of fill the void by doing a One Piece anime reaction. And plus, I've seen like everyone do one except for me ever since the anime came back from Egghead, so I thought it might be time. So I hope you guys are in for some anime reactions. Like I said, I haven't done a whole lot, but I'm ready to see these new episodes. I've heard nothing but good things. I've kind of purposefully avoided social media as much as possible, so I don't see that much of it. I have seen bits and pieces. I've heard Frankie's new voice actor a little bit, but I really want to hear him in full, so got a lot of stuff to look forward to. I've only seen the first couple, but I'm 3 behind, so we're going to be watching 11:25 all the way till 11:27, and I also meant to put text on screen as for which one I'm watching, just so if anybody's gonna skip through, let me do that real quick. No, not that. Okay, there we go. 11:25, and then I'll just change that. Well, I'll make it bigger, but I'll change that every time. Meant to do that before. Does this work? I like never mess with the text on here. Here, there. Okay, there. Okay, 11:25. That'll up here in the corner. How about that? And then we'll make it even bigger. And then, all right, now we're good. We'll start there because we're gonna watch 11:25 first. There we go. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. By the way, we're on Golden Week. In case anybody was curious why there wasn't a chapter, because it didn't say a break at the end of the last one, but it's because of Golden Week. So we'll have a chapter next week, and then probably a break after 11:48, if I had to guess, because we've had a few Oda, chapters in a row, or 3 in a row after the next one. So I want to go ahead and shout out a couple people who pulled up. Dexter, I saw you pull up, and then you said you forgot to renew your membership, and then you said hold on real quick, and Cody called you out and called you a fake fan. You know what, you're both gonna get mod status. I should have done that a while ago, but y'all showed up early. I appreciate you. Standard moderator, there you go. Dex, I just want you to know, Dex, since I'm giving you moderator, you can't give me +4 on Uno ever again. That's actually how that works. Anytime Vex has done it, it's actually been illegal. We're still going through the court case because he's a mod and he was giving me +4, but, it is what it is. Paths, member for 20 months. I just put in my contacts, like it's kind of crazy because I wear glasses 99% of the time, and maybe I should have just wore them, but I wear them like 90% of the time. And whenever I get on a stream, I always put the contacts on because you guys are used to seeing me with contacts. And I just put them in 2 minutes ago, and I'm still like, my eyes are not all the way there yet. So give me like a minute or two to get my eyes on straight, I guess. I was gonna say my head on straight, but you know what I mean. I think that says 20 months. It does, 20. These are going to be some good episodes. Dude, I've heard nothing but good things. I seriously can't wait, Paths. And then Lonely Mage, remember, for 29 months, which is crazy. I mean, 20 months was crazy, but 29, I mean, that's insane. I didn't even know I had memberships that long. High Deck, start of 11:23 is still my favorite. That's the first one, right? The first one from whenever the anime started. I don't remember what was special about it, but is it where they had like a different intro or something? I mean, maybe I should go back and look. But I watched that like the day it came out, and I haven't watched, well, I think I watched 11:24 also, but I don't really remember. I should go back and look though. Was it a special intro, or what was it? I can't remember. I know they had the special Kuma thing at the end, right? Where like before the ending started, they like stopped and showed a cool little expose. I remember that was really cool. Everything I've seen has been great, so I'm excited. Said yeah, when it pans across the world in the earthquake. Okay, now I remember what you're talking about. That was very cool. And it's funny because in the manga, some of us didn't really like seeing reaction after reaction after reaction from around the world, but the anime, like seeing that, I was hyped. And then Growth Stonks, my guy, member for 17 months. Egghead is peak fiction. Yeah, dude. It's growing on me a little bit. Like I just said, in the manga, I guess, I don't know if anybody who's tuning in is an anime only. I know most of you read the manga, but I'll try to avoid spoilers as much as possible. But I'll still communicate. Going back to the reaction thing that I just said, it gave me a little bit of a sour taste once we got towards the end. But in general, Egghead is awesome, and I think the anime will do it wonders. Like, I think it'll be way better in the anime than in the manga. That's not always the case for most arcs, for me personally. There are some moments that I think the manga does it better, and the anime has a lot of advantages, music and color and all that kind of stuff, but I think Egghead specifically will be way better in the anime. And whenever we get to the flashback, you guys know what I'm talking about. When we get to the flashback, we're going to be reacting to those. That's all I got to say. Those will be reacted to, and I really hope they nail them. I really hope so. Unscrupulous, you said, what you mean no manga? If you mean the chapter this week, there is none this week for Golden Week, because well, it's typical magazine break, but then we have 1148 will come next week, and then probably a break after that, if that's what you mean. Probably. It's not confirmed, but most likely that's what'll happen. But Paths, you said I like the ending more. The ending was fire. I think that in general, I thought they had a really good first episode to welcome everyone back. And I'm not sure, like I don't have any insider info, but I think a lot of these episodes, like the 1123 till 1127, probably like around there, I think a lot of those were probably done even before the break happened. So that way, because they're usually a few episodes ahead, right? And I think the reason they wanted the 6 months, there's probably a lot of reasons, but one of the main ones is because they need to focus on the flashback. You know, that has to be done the right way. It's just, it fits so many of the main themes of One Piece. It's such a perfect character. It's such a heart-wrenching situation. They have to nail it. So I think that's really what they're focusing on. But regardless, the stuff we've had since they've come back has been fire that I've seen. So. Also, Knack reacts. This will be the last super. Then we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I don't want to hold you guys too long. Now my contacts are working properly now. Knack reacts commented or super chatted 279, said Dak reacts. Today is the day, my man. Today is the day. Dak is reacting. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of anime reactions, but Egghead, we'll be doing anime reactions in Egghead, that's for sure. Also, Real Beast 35, you said Dak Prescott. Fun fact, I was called Dak before Dak Prescott was a thing. So, I'm still sending him cease and desist orders because I was the first one, but he's got a little bit more money than I do. But regardless, Dak Prescott and I, we were both in college around the same time, and so it was kind of funny whenever he started being a thing, and I was like, hey, that's my favorite player now. But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. That's right, I got the timer. So I got the timer. I got the anime episode in the corner, like it's there, but not all the way there. That's just so you guys can try to follow along. I'll do the timer as well. And on this first one, I will watch the intro just because I don't remember, I remember it's really good, but I've only seen it a couple times, so I want to watch it again. But I probably won't watch it every time, FYI, so we'll skip it. But for this time, we're going to watch it. So I guess without further ado, we're going to go into it. Oh wait, actually, before we start, I dropped that Nami vs. Vasco video today, and I've gotten a lot of positive comments. I just want to thank you guys for that, for watching already, because it came out like 2 hours ago. So thank you guys. Just wanted to mention that. But all right, 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys can't hear it, which is good, because that would cook me. That would absolutely cook me if they could hear. The hands reaching out is awesome. It's like such a good visual. Also, my my dog is back there playing with a toy. If it gets too loud, let me know. I can see a little bit of audio bars, but Ralph's doing his thing back there. Oh, dude, Kuma's flag. I forgot about that thing. All right, you guys can't hear him. Cool. I can hear him, which is crazy because I have the headphones on, but what do I look like, an angel or a devil? I know I'm reading into the lyrics a little bit too much, but with some of the stuff going on. Also, shout out to the, how many people are here? Like 60 people? Awesome. Hey, welcome everybody. Appreciate you guys for showing up. Song is great. This flashback is gonna hit whenever they get to it. It's a foregone conclusion. Just like the Cavs going to the finals, which, by the way, good luck, Indiana. Very cool visual for Egghead. I need to use that in a video. Paz, you said Toei's gonna wreck me in 2 weeks with the backstory, dude. I'll be like Kizaru. I'll bring my darkest pair of shades, or whatever the line was. You should consider human lives as nothing more than insects. I still hate that guy. Not gonna say anything for any anime onlys watching, but I hate that guy. Good vibes. You said you're starting to dig the Frankie voice. I've only heard bits and pieces. It's very different, but I really want to see it in full here. And honestly, part of the reason I did this reaction is because I know it's the Kizaru stuff, and you know, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that's my guy. That's my favorite admiral by a very large margin. I like the choreography, the fighting. Also, how dripped out is Kizaru? With the black and yellow, or I think in the Discord somebody said it's technically brown. I think you're right, but looks black and yellow for the most part. Knack, you said Fuji's the GOAT. Hey, no disrespect. It's just he's barely an admiral because he, you know, doesn't follow orders. I love him as a character, but it's just Kizaru actually does his duty, which is, you know, it's a little bit different. But don't get me wrong, Fuji is great. Need to see his backstory. Friend Harpy said mustard color, exactly. Whatever color it is, he's dripped out. Good vibes. You said OP12, they're coming out with a Kuzan Navy leader card. That's sick. That is actually really cool. Are they doing that with Kizaru also? I never realized that CB's thing says chump. Damn. Why does it say chump? What are... I don't want to go back, but I just saw something really interesting in that last scene that has me already thinking about a theory, but because we're getting better looks at these CBs here than we ever did. Wait, is this... Oh my god. Is this Cincinnati? Oh my god. Cincinnati, bro. I'm doing Skywalk looking like a badass. That's crazy. Trenanjan, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Or Trenan Han, I don't know. Chatterjee, I love the name. I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but said I can hear you talking for hours. It's just good. That makes my day, for real. Thank you very much. Maybe I need to do more reactions then, because oh, there's my least favorite Vice Admiral, Bluegrass. Other than Strawberry, after the Fisher Tiger stuff, you know, Strawberry. I'm good. I'm good on Strawberry. But Bluegrass right behind him. Good vibes. I appreciate you, man. Bringing good vibes to the stream, as always. Jao Victor, you said, will there be a chapter this week? No, because we're on, it's Golden Week, and we'll get 1148 next week, and then we should have an Oda break after that, unfortunately. So no chapter this week, chapter next week, none after. So it's unfortunate, but Law Sauce McGee, member for 27 months. Ayo, like the stream chat. Law Sauce, I appreciate you. If you guys would like the stream, that would mean a lot. That would help the old algorithm. Guys, by the way, I just saw Zoro, and I gotta say I've heard some discussion about what Zoro does, and I know in the manga we had a lot of discussion, so I'm excited to see how the anime is different than what we saw in the manga, because you know, there was a little bit of toxicity, probably warranted, regarding that situation. There's Edison, my favorite Vegapunk, other than the real one. Yeah, Dexter, I gave you mod, but I told you you can't give me +4 anymore in Uno. Oh, that was sick. Oh, I love that. With the glasses and the beams going in front of the glasses, that was sick. Kizaru's, like, ability makes his fighting so aesthetically pleasing. Like, Toei could just cook permanently with Kizaru's fighting style. Anime is making Sentomaru look a lot better than the manga did. Zhao, you said, I'm really looking forward to see Saturn. Me too. I think that's the next episode, like 1128, right? I think. Which I might start doing anime reactions every break week. I think I might start doing that, or maybe I can do it like Sunday morning, but I know Roger, you know, always reacts to everything, but that was a cool animation. See, Sentomaru, you know that's not going to work. Like, I know you know hockey, but he looks so confident. Kizaru in the beanie is just a perfect fit for some reason. How does Oda drip, like, everyone out? Not every single person. Some people aren't dripped out, but most people are so dripped out. So I don't think this was ever confirmed, but this island that they're on, I feel like it's Wano, right? Because Sentomaru is like a sumo guy. He also had the projectile hockey stuff, which, you know, Hyogoro knew. I don't know if that was ever confirmed, but I feel like that island should be Wano. Gaimon got the best strip, Dexter. That's facts. That's 100% facts. I mean, and the fact he was so hungry might also give credence to the idea that it's Wano, because everyone was hungry there, but regardless. I love how he calls Kizaru uncle. Hey, they're doing really they're doing really well with the scene, I feel like, compared to the manga. I mean, the manga wasn't bad, but they're making it better. Sent tomorrow, bro. Hey, I respect what you're doing, but like Kizaru's gonna take care of business. Knack Reacts, my guy, with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much. Welcome, Cabra Power, Noah, Jesus R, Ramon Montoya, and Mary Tail. I know a few of you have been members before, so everyone, welcome back to the Afro Gang. Knack, you're the man, for real. Knack, are you reacting to anime, to One Piece anime? Knack, if you haven't started and you're reacting to all this other stuff, it's time. I haven't looked at your channel in a couple weeks, but if you haven't started, you should definitely do it, my guy. I know you react to everything else. It's in the name, Knack Reacts. So that's the authority chip thing, right? I don't know if we did see it, right? But why is it in like a, I don't even know, like a glass box? It kind of reminds me of like Law removing the hearts, because like those were also in a cube. I don't, not that Law is connected to this, but it's just Oda always puts like those things in cubes for some reason. Knack, you said you get too emotional watching. I feel you. Especially when the flashback hits, man. Great music choice. There's a lot of good scenes in here that I need to go get for some videos. Knack doesn't react. Shots fired from Kuya. So this thing, that mouse with the drill, it's making me think about Pluton. And you guys who have been around the channel know why that's making me think of Pluton. All right, Saturn. They make the Saturn scenes feel very, like, ominous. I can't wait till he does his thing. Good vibes. Drill mouse equal mole. Remember, we did have the mole pistol during the Lucci fight also, this arc. I wish they went into a little bit more detail on what exactly they were doing to crack the code, right? Because obviously, like, they're geniuses. I'm sure they're trying different passwords and doing backdoor stuff. Like, you could assume it. But I kind of wish we got a little more context of exactly what they were, like how they were hacking in or whatever. I don't know what Oda would have said exactly, but... They just make Kizaru look so cool every time. Like, the way his little, like, his jacket arms are just flowing in the wind. Like, good job, Toei. Good job. Alright, so that was Frankie's voice actor, right? The new one? I love how these two get to bond over food so much. especially with, you know, some of the stuff that happens later. It makes a lot of sense that they would be similar in that way. The way they animated him going through the barrier was awesome. I like that. That's like the kind of stuff you like. I mean, you can see it in the manga, but it just looks so much cooler here, I feel like. Everything he does looks way cooler in anime. I wonder what that symbol is in the middle. Octo4, you say it's still going to wait until you comment on the VA. If you mean Frankie's, I just haven't heard him that much. So far, I think he's fine. I just want to hear, like, a long spiel, you know? Has he done Super in the last couple episodes? Like, in any of the 3 that I'm about to watch? That was very cool. The Lucci animation there. Oh, okay, wait, okay. That was Lucci had his finger in there, man. Like that was uncalled for, Toei. That was too much. That was way too much. I don't know if I need that much detail. We haven't gotten a super or a radical beam yet. Interesting. Maybe he's warming up. He's got to do it eventually. He has no choice. Or use recordings from Kazuki Yao to do super if that's really, you know, I mean, it's not going to be as genuine because it's not new, but like if I guess what I'm saying is Frankie's never going to stop saying super, so they got to figure that out one way or the other. They can't just not do it. They might be holding off until he's settled in. I agree. That's... If I was Frankie's voice actor coming in after 20 plus years of his existence, or however long, I would probably want to wait for the super, because that's so important. Okay. That was crazy. Zoro and Lucci going through the building. That was awesome. Alright, Kizaru's just chilling. Like, just floating there, just thinking. Oh, they better kill this animation here. This was a cool moment in the manga. Well, sad, because I really like this robot, but it was cool. I'm very, very curious how the next episode is going to go. Oh, wait. They cut him off? Like Luffy just went? Okay, this is bad. This is great. That was sick. That was so cool. Sab Odie callback. We're 100 times stronger. Or whenever Shaki said he's 100 times as strong as you. And they added the effects on To Be Continued. They barely ever do that. So that's cool. I love when they do that. I think they've only done it on like 10 or 15 episodes, right? I think I know Kid had one when he was doing the railgun stuff. I can't remember the other one. I think Sanji got one after the Soba Mask stuff. That was big. Guys, that was a phenomenal first episode. Holy sh! All right, I don't want to drop too many curse words here in case YouTube gets me, but like, damn, I'll say that much. All right, we're moving on to 11:26. I'm just skipping to a certain point ahead of the intro. Not that I have anything against the intro, but save a little bit of time here. Can I add time to this? Maybe not. Hold on there. I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm at the point I want to be at. Am I able... Or I got to go change the number real quick to 11:26. Phenomenal first episode. That was awesome. Toei, hats off to you. I mean, I saw... Well, I guess it's not the first episode of them coming back, but first episode of today. That was phenomenal. Okay, 11:26. Okay, well, I'm just gonna start running it. I'm not actually doing it. I don't know if I can add time to it, which maybe I just picked a bad one. I should have probably looked and thought about that ahead of time, but I'm just waiting for 1:42, I think. Let me go here. Yeah, I'm starting at 1:42. I'm just waiting for the clock to get caught up. Sorry about that, guys. That was not good. Next time I'll just watch the intro because I didn't know I had to fix that, so might be. But I guess it gives me a minute to talk about the episode. Phenomenal. I know I already said it like 10 times, but I'm really excited to see how this Luffy versus Kizaru thing goes because, you know, in the manga, like, it was okay, but I didn't feel like it was enough, you know? That's, like, it... I felt like we could have got more out of it. For something as hype as Luffy vs. Kizaru, I didn't quite feel like it delivered. There were some cool moments, and I'm just really hoping the anime makes it better. You know what I mean? That's kind of, I think what a lot of Egghead is going to see is just slight improvements. So I'm really excited for this next one. Now just give us the start time. Yep. Yeah, my bad. Next time we'll be good. I'll just start fresh. But 11. What did I say? Or 1:42, not 11. 1:42. So we are at 22, 23, other 17 seconds. Brutal Attack, you said you'd be more than impressed. Hey, you won't hear me complain at all if they make my guy Kizaru look good. I've heard great things, so I'm excited. All right, here we go. 2, 1, getting started. Doing a little bit of the flashback part. I could have went a little bit further, but. Winston, who do you think is the therapist for the Marines? They need one after Egghead. It's Django because they just hypnotize them to forget the trauma. They aren't paying for mental health services. They're doing whatever they can to not do that. But I agree they need some therapists, especially the vice admirals. And you guys who read the manga know exactly why towards the end there. Kuba got there so fast. I mean, I know it's just like they're flashing through it real quick, but it just made it seem so immediate. Anime onlys have no idea what's coming. When I look at this man on screen, they have no idea. Like, I'm thinking back to the manga when we were seeing this and we're like, all right, what's Oda planning with this? And now we know. It's going to be too good. Admiral Kizaru's depressing mission. Is this the... So this is chapter 1092, right? Oh yeah, so this is the Akainu thing. I love how they make Kuma feel like so dangerous and like unstoppable. He feels like the Terminator, you know what I mean? For which is applicable for a lot of reasons, but he's just like charging through, just unstoppable. I love the paws on the back of his shirt. I feel like I've noticed that before, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely there. The Terminator wishes he was Kuma. You mean facts? Actually, facts. Mick Pulsar, you said, "Hey Dak, what's happening, dude? Just watching some great anime right now. Toei's cooking. Oh, the way they're animating this moment. This is way better than the manga. See, this is the kind of stuff that it's just. This is why you got to watch both. You got to read the manga and then go right back to the anime and see how they're doing it. Uh, Oct04. I don't know if I'm saying Octo4. Probably that. Yeah, it is an O, not a zero. Octo4. Thoughts on the ending? It sounds amazing and looks beautiful. Completely 100% agree. It's probably my favorite one that they've ever done. And I don't know how high the bar is, because I mean, honestly, I skipped the ending a lot of the time when I was watching it through. But I would say this one it's the most memorable that I've ever seen, personally. I don't like Akainu that much in general, but I mean, I like it when he does something because he should be doing more. You know what I mean? So seeing him in the anime is pretty nice. He's a good or he will be a good character. He's been very inactive, but that is the same pose he did in the manga, I think, right? With his head tilted. It looks very familiar. They're saying this week's episode might be the best one we'll get in 2025. I might have to react to that this weekend then, maybe. Because I like the idea of saving the episodes for a break week, but damn. I didn't know you still bled like a normal human being. I like the way they animated that whole sequence right there. Hey, Akainu throwing flaming fists like that is kind of peak. It's crazy how Akainu just gets to walk on the magma like it's nothing. Very cool transition, Toei. Huge fan of that. A burning island. Did we ever get the name of this? I don't think so. crazy how much extra context we have for this scene now. It's just so crazy, like, looking back on it. Like, we saw this, what, 10 plus years ago, I think. Oh, Winston, that's a good point. The attack names having the kanji or katakana, whichever. I also don't know. Probably kanji. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. That is very cool. I love the animation rushing over the ocean, like from Kuma's perspective. That's cool. At least I assume that's what they're going for, even though, you know, he's not here yet. Mick Pulsar, well, first, Brutal Tag said, do you think I kind of purposely let Kuma go because he's a girl father too? That's an interesting take there. I didn't even think about that. Like, maybe he has a little bit of pity for Kuma, especially because of the Bonnie thing. That's interesting. I never really put it in that perspective, but you might be right. And then Mick Pulsar, who do you think Akainu's final opponent will be? Luffy, Kobe, or will he become an unlikely ally? This might be a basic... I don't know if this is a basic take or a hot take. I feel like it's either, depending on who is hearing it, but I think Sabo versus Akainu is a lock, personally. Okay, Snake Man animation was sweet. I didn't even remember he went into Snake Man here. All right, props from Kizaru. Hey, I mean, the fact Kizaru just tanked all those punches from Black Mamba is kind of insane. That's crazy. Oh, the animation on the fist was crazy. Oh, I forgot about this moment. Such a cool shot of Egghead. The music is so perfect for this moment. The way it's like building up. Acceleration is power. I remember that line. Or speed is power, right? Depending on translation. Oh my god, that animation with the shoe, with the bottom of his shoe right in front of Luffy's face, that was sick. And then this, oh. The laugh, stop it. Stop it. Toei, you cooked. I don't even have to see the rest of this to know you cooked. Oh, dude. Kizaru. The way that the robot saw the light and then it slowed down and then you had the laugh and Vegapunk celebrating. Oh. Oh. I love it, man. That is so good. I forgot Luffy went into the wall, too. Kizaru threw an Uno reverse down. Hey, if Kizaru was playing in one of our Uno matches, Dexter, it'd be reverse, 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 reverse. And I wouldn't be one of the people with the reverse. I'd be sitting there asking if I ever get to put another card down. But because you know I'm hoarding my +2s. I can't get over how well that was done. I pointed that out earlier that I'm excited to see, and I don't know who it was, but somebody in the chat was like, "Oh, You won't be disappointed or something. And you were, whoever that was, you were right. 100% right. That was beautiful. Same +2 best card to hoard. I agree. Or +4s, but like you're getting one max at a time, you know. But +2s are also great. +2s are might be a hot take. +2s might be better than +4s long term, because then you know, you protect yourself. Like how we're going over Uno strategy in the middle of this. Sabo versus Akainu. I agree with you, Sleepy Bean Piece. Brutally said Luffy needs to fight him sometime in between. That I can agree with. They need to have a... Even if they just box a little bit and Sabo comes in and is like, Luffy, you got bigger things to do. I'll take care of it. And Luffy's like, all right, you're the right person. Like, I can trust you to do this. I agree with that. But as far as like who will defeat Akainu, that should be Sabo, I think. That might even be worth a video. Not that it's like a brand new take, but... It's such a small detail, but like the little robot parts on the side of Bonnie there was just such a good touch to like, you know, remind us that the wreckage just happened and all that. Like, I don't know. They didn't have to do it, but I liked it. I'd rather not hurt any acquaintances outside the scope of my duties. Frankie's voice actor will definitely take some getting used to, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just very different, you know? They didn't really go for someone that was that close to the old Frankie. So he did have a radical beam. Well, he didn't finish it, but he started the radical beam. Said radical B, and then he stopped. So we kind of got one. It was a... I think he'll be fine. He just needs to... We just need to get used to it, and maybe he needs to get just a little bit of practice with some of the Frankie, you know, eccentricness. It doesn't help the Kazuki Yao voice, one of the most, like... I don't even know what the right term is. Demonstrative, like... You know, very, very talkative, a lot of boisterousness, like, not an easy one to replace, so, given that context, I think it's fine. Yeah, Dexter, Yao was too unique to replicate, I agree. It's better to not try mimicking a super unique guy and just pick something that works, you know? Which all the love to Kazuki Yao, by the way. Want to talk about a goat? I mean... Who else did he voice? Bon Clay, right? I think. I believe. So we gotta... I wonder who's doing that. Probably... Is it gonna be the same guy? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do there. Yeah, Growth, you're right. Frankie's new voice actor does sound like closer to the dub one, which is maybe why they did that. It's crazy how goated Kazuki Yao was, though, at that role. Like, my god. He did that prisoner dude in Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, he's done a ton of voices, Kazuki Yao. I can't remember all of them, but I think in One Piece he did Bon Clay. I think he might have done one other character. I can't remember. So this is where Luffy comes in, right? It should be. Whenever Kizaru just like has like a reaction, it's always so funny. Like, oh, like every time, dude. And don't get me started on Ben Beckman. Kid is dead. What do you mean? Hey, Kid's coming back, and this is going to be a real hot take, but I was rewatching a little bit of Wano because I was on my last video. I had to get some anime clips from the raid, and Kid, I think Kid looked better in the raid than people give him credit for. Not that he looked better than Law or better than a lot of people, but he had some really cool moments, I guess is what I'm getting at. I kind of like Kid a little bit. I'm ready for his return, assuming he's not dead. But, you know, I don't know. It's One Piece. He's good. Okay. Love the entrance into Gear 5th here with all the laughing. The focus on the robot. I'll say that again in case there's any anime watchers here. In the manga, we didn't even see Luffy do all this, right? I believe he just busted into the room and grabbed Kizaru. I don't think that it even started like that, right? Pretty sure. And Kizaru was like, there you are, or something, if I remember correctly. Dexter, you said Yao also voiced Charlotte Tablet? I don't even remember who that is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I know he's a Big Mom child, but can't remember what he looks like. Drums of Liberation playing. All right, the eyes. The eyes. Maybe a little bit much. Maybe. The way the way the eyes moved person to person was like, I don't know. Hey, I mean, they're just being goofy, but like that was maybe a little bit too far, but. Hey, the way they're merging the drums and they're focusing here with Luffy and the robot. Oh, and the eyes. I forgot about that part. Totally forgot about that. Hey, Toei, you're cooking. I'm actually one of my friends. He's not necessarily anime only, but he got caught up and I kept telling him to read the manga and he hasn't yet. And I don't think he's watched any of the new episodes, but after seeing this, I'm about to text him and be like, dude, you still need to read the manga, but you need to go watch these episodes. That was really good. I am gonna go ahead and change the text real quick, and then we'll get started right on 1127. That was peak. So, real quick, chat. Is 1127 the best of these three that I'm watching? Like, is 1127 the best one since they've come back? Because it's like the true Luffy versus Kizaru. Is that the consensus? I'm gonna start it in 3, 2, 1. By the way, and I'm starting from the very beginning because again the timer. But whatever. But yeah, is 1127 the best? Okay, everyone's saying yes. All right. Because we've already been doing well, so. I'm excited now. You'll have to lock in, Dak. All right. I'm locked in. I'm ready. The way that it says One Piece in like this watery, translucent stuff, I like that. That's very cool. Very, very cool. Easily the best, everyone's saying. All right. So you guys who read the manga, you would say that this one looks better in the anime than it did in the manga? Because in the manga, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, was it bad? No, but I just felt like, I believe this chapter was the one called Luffy vs. Kizaru, and I just felt like, for a chapter titled that, we should get more. So do you guys feel like this is... Okay, I'm seeing yeses across the board. All right, guys, I'm effing hyped now. I'm pumped. I am so pumped. Dragon looking at Luffy's poster is a nice touch there. Oh, and Dear Bonnie. Oh, my. I mean, I know we've seen this, but it's just... Every little detail I see, it just... Again, it just makes me want the flashback. I know we're, what, 4 episodes from it starting, 3 episodes, but like I need it, man. I need it. Toei can just keep showing stuff in Kizaru's glasses, like in the reflection, and get so many brownie points for like coolness. Like whenever that started, we saw the Snake Man Black Mamba attack, like going through the air in his glasses, like that's just free money, Toei. Just do that every episode that Kizaru is relevant. Even if Kizaru is, you know, laying down doing nothing, still do it. Like that just looks so cool. York's reaction was kind of cool there. All right, real quick, guys. I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm sorry to if I'm messing anyone up. The only thing is I forgot to make this the higher quality version, and I'm gonna go right back to 239 here in a second. It was a little bit grainy, and you know, normally we can put up with that, but not in this scenario. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're back. Sorry about that. Very sorry, guys. It looks so much better though, so it was so worth it for this episode. Spencer, you said everything they did to expand scenes was 100%. That shot right there with Kizaru above Egghead. Bro, Kizaru doing his usual Kizaru-isms with Gear 5 is just hilarious. Bro. The way the clouds separated... Chopper and Usopp are excited. Oh my god, they're cooking. Kaku is unimpressed. Kaku, wake up, dude. Are giraffes blind? Like, dude. It's been a while. What? That's a cool transition for Vegapunk to see Bonnie on the screen, and then we go over to Bonnie. I also heard, I have not seen any clips, but I heard that Bonnie had a great scene in this episode as well. Brutally said, is there an Admiral fan here? Kizaru only. At least me. I mean, Fujitori's alright. Green Bull. Fraud Bull. They're killing these transitions, man. Like, having the Mark III shoot the beam so it flashes and then transition back, like that. That's the kind of small stuff that, you know, now that I do... I mean, I've done YouTube for a couple of years, but because I do YouTube, that's the kind of small stuff that, like, I think about sometimes when I'm making a video. So whenever I see it in an episode, I'm like, oh, hey, somebody put some thought into that, you know? Like, that wasn't an accident. Green Bull is the big meme of the Yonko. Spencer, you said, whole thing's fire, but I really like the Bonnie stuff. I'm pumped to see it, whatever it is. Because she didn't do a whole lot. How does a grown man like you let her get kicked? Okay, hey, I liked his voice actor there. It's quickly growing on me. I think, give this like a couple more episodes and I won't think much of it. That was pretty good. From Frankie's new voice actor. What's his name, by the way, if anybody's got it? Very cool scene with Sanji with the cigarette. The fire. Oh, dude, the luggage. That's a big thing that we're kind of waiting for now, right? That plot line was like going on in the background all during Egghead, and I feel like a lot of us kind of forgot about it until it suddenly was like, till it mattered again. Subaru Kimura. All right, I'm gonna try remembering that. Subaru, like the car. Oh, he voices Toto? That's my favorite character in JJK. All right, I'm a fan of this guy officially. That is like far and away my favorite JJK character. My brother, exactly. Ah, dude. And it's funny because, I mean, I guess I don't want to spoil anyone who you know, isn't reading the JJK manga, but, well, it's over now. But, you know, Toto wasn't super involved for a while, but he was still my favorite. And he showed out. That's all I'll say. He definitely showed out. Best of friendo. Yep. Ah, dude. Him and Yuji just, like, working together was so cool. That's probably my favorite. I gotta really think about it. And in the anime for JJK, it's definitely my favorite sequence is the Toto stuff. Even though there's a lot of cool stuff, obviously. But maybe once they animate all of it, I might pick a different scene. But okay, so here's the Bonnie stuff you guys were talking about. Love the perspective. Very cool that she's in child mode while doing this. Okay, that was like that was they're going unnecessarily hard. Like whenever Bonnie was upside down doing like a 180. Oh, she's cooking. Wait. See, this is the stuff that I wait, did she just rust the sword? Did we know that she could do that? Like you could probably presume it, but like, yo. You shooting at a little girl, bro? If I was a Marine and all of a sudden this like 12-year-old girl is coming, you know, through doing like ninja attacks and stuff, I do not know what I would do. Like, I would feel wrong no matter what decision I made. That was such a cool scene for Bonnie. What the hell? Like, I mean, I can't wait to see what they do for Luffy and Kizaru now. There's going to be more of that, right? I presume. The size of Sentomaru, like, compared to the Marines? I mean, like, we know that, but when the scaling in One Piece is shown that way, it's, like, so mind-blowing. Echo, you said, isn't her fruit the advanced version of Shinobu's? I probably, like, Oda hasn't explicitly said that, but I would think so. I think maybe the main difference is Shinobu's seems to be permanent. Like, if it goes up, it can't go back, where Bonnie's can go back. And, like, I still think Bonnie's would be better, but there probably are cases where Shinobu's might be better. Like, for Momonosuke, it's better that, I mean, I don't know what he would prefer, but for Wano, it's probably better that he's an adult, you know, and Bonnie couldn't do that, so there's a little bit of difference. But I would say that's probably the situation. Sleepy Bean, you said, as much as I don't like Green Bull, he ain't a fraud. Like, realistically, he's really strong, and he's going to do some crazy stuff, probably. But for the memes, I like saying he's a fraud, because Oda made him look so bad. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, he's going to throw hands, you know. Oh, wait. Okay, this Lucci sequence is cool. You know, in the manga, we got, like, I feel like 5 panels of this, so this is welcome. I mean, depending... For the community, maybe they need to see how Zoro looks first, but, you know, in the manga, it was a little eh. That animal stench. Choreography's cool. I mean, Zoro's got the, you know, King of Hell flames going. That was kind of sick. We've already gotten more from this fight in the anime than we did in the manga. This is so crazy. Okay, that was sick. Starting to spin him before they went into the ground, that was sick. That fight is already better in the anime than the manga. Already. Oh, and there's Zoro again. I mean, the choreography's on point here. I like the way they animate the flames on Lucci. Or, like, it's not actually fire, but you know what I mean. Or maybe it is. I mean, we know nothing about it, but the darkness, I guess. Oh, wait. Alright, Zoro, talking that smack. I love the art style. Like, this is awesome. Oh, snap? Oh, this is where Kizaru's... Okay, right. Bro, I remember this in the manga, and they are just... Oh, dude. The way he's right above the water. Okay, they're about to cook, aren't they? I can feel it coming. This is my favorite Kizaru attack, by the way. Yasakani Sacred Jewel. Is this the clones? Okay. Oh, and Luffy's reaction was perfect. Okay. The clones, bro. The way you could hear multiple voices. That... Luffy is dodging, like... I don't know, a couple dozen, however many light speed individuals right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's just... That's insane. The rainbow stuff in the cloud... Oh my god, they are just going so hard. Like... Was it a hollow going back to the hologram slash Perona and her hollows? Hey, Kizaru's right eye looked a little weird there, I'm gonna be honest, but they killed that scene. Oh my god. Man, if I was getting caught up on One Piece now, and I'm seeing this, and this is like my first time seeing the information, I would... I don't even know what I'd do. This ain't your dad's One Piece. This is something else. This is new. This is amazing. Dude, all of them grabbing their legs. Oh my... Kizaru's head Just being on all the light orbs. Winston, you talked about the colors with the light spectrum. That I love that so much. It even when Luffy went into Gear 5 against Kaido, they used a lot of like colors. Like remember when it said like GEAR5 when Luffy first went into it? There was like a lot of rainbow elements to it. That was sick. The Gum Gum stamp or Booming White stamp, whatever the new moniker is, but the eyes, bro. I wonder why he picked Usopp of all people. Or Kizaru maybe didn't care, but Oda. It's like just making Usopp look like typical Usopp, I guess. Why does Vegapunk look cool with the glasses on, man? I love this Vega tank, by the way. With like the cloud wheels. I think this is so cool. Old man Apple. Guys, they are cooking. This ain't your dad's One Piece is wild. It ain't. It ain't. You guys know what I'm talking about. This ain't your dad's One Piece. And I'm dead serious. This show's been going on for the anime for 25 years or 27 or 26. I don't know. It didn't used to be like this in a good way. And I mean, the old stuff was good too. It's just this is like, it's like movie quality almost. Which again, the flashback when we get to it, that better be movie quality. I would rather they make that like a movie than make another one, which I do want another One Piece movie, but like if I had to pick between the two. Did Luffy eat them in the manga? Bro, Sanji's one eye coming out was hilarious. I don't think Luffy did that in the manga, did he? Maybe he did and I just don't remember. But the way that was animated was peak. He did? Alright, yeah, I don't remember that at all. I remember him, like, blocking it. I didn't remember him eating it. I remember this moment. The way they animated all this is, like, top tier. This is, like, again, they are just... I'm glad they took the break. That's cool how the number changed. That was super cool. I remember them going down the cloud thing with the Vega tank, because that's why they had the cloud wheels, but I don't remember them going, like... They were, like, upside down for a second. You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of sick. And so here's the second of, like, 8... it's not 8, but the second of many Mark III order switches. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the next MO, like throughout the next, I don't even, we have the flashback in between, but for most of the rest of the battle, man, they're, whoa, 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 whoa. That ending with Saturn, though? The eyes in the background? Okay. Okay, hold on. We gotta talk about this. Wait. That ending right there. I'm gonna watch it one more time. Where it's like glitching, and then you got Saturn's face, and then he opens his eyes after the to be continued thing pops up. All right, that I'm gonna watch it one more time. But that was just, like I said, they don't edit these to be continued scenes very often. We just got 2 in a row. That is sick. All right, guys. Check for post credits. All right, I'll let it because we'll get the preview right. I'm gonna keep playing. All right, I'm gonna. Am I on the right? I'm actually really close to the right time on the stopwatch, so that's cool. But I like this art style that they have here. This is sick. Guys, that ending was I see why everyone's talking about it. Man. Anime, I missed you. Like, not just because I get to watch it and it's sick, but like, it's just so good for the One Piece community to have this. Oh, Kuma in the, like, I don't even know what that is. Aquarium tank, whatever that was. This is like so good for the community to have, man. Like, for the anime onlys, obviously, but just, it's just for like for One Piece itself. Like, it's so good to see how great this anime is. Look, if they're gonna take more breaks, or if they need them in the future, like, feel free. You know, if this is what you're gonna come out with afterward. All right, we're almost here to the post credits. We're getting close. We got 40 seconds left, so I'm excited to see this. Oh, the water, like, calming was crazy. The circle, bro! They made the circle look sweet. I mean, it looks like what it normally looked like, but the... Oh, the eyes? The spilled wine? Alright, yeah, we might have to make these anime reactions like a normal thing. This might have to become a weekly occurrence. That was just so sick. Guys, I have no complaints about the anime. Zero. Absolutely zero. I'm actually very impressed. I don't even know what else to say, honestly. I mean, what am I supposed to say? They made it better than the manga. That's all I can ask for, you know? That's something. That was, bro, so effing good. Absolutely. And you know, no need to excuse your language there, Good Vibes. In fact, I would say that if I was not financially held to not saying that word, I would be saying that over and over again. That it's just so good, man. And like I said, this chapter in particular with Luffy versus Kizaru, I you know, it was okay. I didn't feel like it lived up to the hype of what Luffy versus Kizaru should be. But the anime, I mean, y'all got it. Y'all, I mean, you'll pick up any slack that Oda has, which Oda, you know, doesn't have that much slack. You know, he's always cooking. But any slack he needs, like Toei, man, they got his back. Like, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Miguel, you said, actually want to hear your opinion on the sound design. So I guess my question would be, is there a specific part of the sounds that you are wondering about, like the sound effects when they're fighting, or like the music, or like just the weird I don't know, I think it plays a noise like when the eyes pop out. Is there like a specific thing? Because generally I mean the music's great. The music I have no problem with. Sound effects, I didn't really think about it that much because I was also talking a lot, but I mean, generally, I didn't have a problem with it, but I wasn't really looking for it, so maybe I should. Good vibes. You said they need to update sound design for real though. Okay, interesting. They reuse DBZ sound effects. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe I need to go back and listen, but you're probably right. It sounded like basic sound effects, so maybe in that context, yeah, you guys are right. I didn't really think about it, but Soulflake, you said, can you check out the other trailer they put out for the next episode? There's another one. Okay, hold on here. Yeah, if you guys are looking close enough, you can see my YouTube like homepage, and it's all Cleveland Cavaliers videos right now. Cleveland Cavaliers, literally 5 of the 6 things are Cleveland Cavaliers, and the other one is a TCG related video. That's hilarious. So it's a One Piece episode 1128 trailer. Yeah, DBZ sound effects. Yeah, again, maybe I need to go back and look, but it's funny you say that, because I mean, it did feel like regular sound like I didn't feel anything new there. So maybe they do need to update that. And I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but I'm pretty sure that these episodes that we've watched so far were probably already done, or mostly done at least, before the break happened, because they're always like a few episodes ahead, or they're at least working way ahead, right? So maybe some of this, maybe the break, that's what they did. Maybe some of the episodes that are coming after this will have new sound effects. That might make sense. You know, I wouldn't bank on it, because they might not even be thinking about that. Like, sound effects, that's the kind of thing that like isn't even that hard to fix. So the fact that they didn't put them in these original ones, you know, even after the fact, would make me think they probably aren't. But that's something that's a good thing to think about. Now that you guys said it, I will not be able to not hear it. Next time I watch an episode, that's all I will think about. So you guys were talking about this preview for 1128. It's another one? Is it from the One Piece official page? They did say they were working on sound, but what that means, I don't know. Yeah, can of corn, I'm not sure either. Sound effects, like I said, like, you know, even on my own videos here on YouTube, I will do those last, or it's like an afterthought till the end. You know what I mean? So they're probably the same way. They have to have new sounds for the next episode. I would hope. This next episode is kind of like, you know, like, if I was in Toei, if I was working for them, I would make sure after this break, I'm like, okay, fine, we don't have to touch up these, you know, 1123 till 1127, but when Saturn pulls up, that, like, we just put every ounce of effort you can into that. You know what I mean? That's like too big of a deal. So I would, if there is anything new, we should start seeing it next episode, I guess is what I'm saying. Some fans made sound edits and they're way better, not gonna lie. Good vibes. Could you possibly send me a clip of that? Because now that you guys are all talking about it, now I feel like that's a point that I should be more aware of. So if you could send me that, that'd be very cool. If Saturn has Frieza lightning sounds, I'm gonna lose it. That's hilarious. Yeah, that would be bad. Because remember how I was saying, like, this ain't your dad's One Piece? If we're using Frieza sound effects, it is your dad's One Piece. You know what I mean? The Frieza footsteps, Vex. Hey, I'm like, it's funny because for me, like, Goku vs. Frieza is maybe my favorite anime fight of all time. I don't know if that's a hot take. It probably shouldn't be. It's probably the most iconic of all time for like, on average for most anime viewers. But you know, it's old enough where we can probably update those, you know? I would hope. I would hope so. That's fair, because they did go back and finish up DBS when they released the DVD. That's interesting. Yeah, because, I mean, you know, I haven't worked in animation or anything, but I would imagine these people are working on, like, Premiere Pro or Premiere Pro-esque editing tool, and, like, you know, going in and swapping out the sound effects, that's like, you know, somebody can do that in, like, a couple hours to, you know, several episodes. Like, that's so easy. So hopefully they do that. What I would say, and, you know, don't tell them I sent you, but, like, if the sound effects are really bad, maybe just start tweeting at them, or skeeting, or whatever, you know, these other platforms are. If you guys don't want to use Twitter, I don't blame you, but you know, reach out to them, because I know a lot of the animators, like, are active on social media, right? And they kind of Some people are like over the top with the criticism, and that's like we can shut that down. Like don't go disparaging them. But if the sound effects are that bad, maybe just send them a clip. Be like, bro, can we please update these? And honestly, I think they would take that to heart. Good vibes. You said DM'd you on Discord. All right, I might. Never mind. I'll have to do that later because. Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm not logged into X on my computer, and I know a lot of the time they don't like me watching stuff unless I'm logged in, and so I'll do that later. But thank you for sending that. Can of corn, yeah, don't need to shit on folks, but real gripes are fine. Exactly. Like, you're gonna get a lot farther being nice and giving like, hey, I love the episode, but it would be awesome if you could update the sound effects. Like, that is gonna go... I can't even explain how much further that kind of context is going to go than, bro, the sound effects sound terrible. What do you guys do? Like, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Paths, you said, an animator actually tweeted complaining about the sound. Interesting. Yeah, and I feel like part of it is that the anime itself, like the visuals and, I mean, the music and just the story, like everything is so good. It's kind of like, if we were still a few arcs back, maybe we wouldn't care about the sound effects, but now that we're, doing big things, now that you took this break, now that we know, like, it's only up from here, to be honest with you, in a lot of ways, it's like, let's, now we can notice that the sound effects are old. Like, when the, when everything looks new, but the sound isn't, you can tell. So, there's already 100,000 likes on it. That's crazy. Yeah, pre-Wano, we wouldn't care. Exactly. Like, if we're in, Dressrosa and I hear some Frieza lightning beam sound, whatever, I'm not even gonna think of it. But here it's like I'm watching a movie, and let's update it. That's a good point. It's crazy that I didn't even think of this at all, and now as soon as it's over, like everyone's all over this. This is one of those things like I wouldn't think of, but now I can't not think of it. We all saw what happened with the first Sonic movie. Exactly. And by the way, I'm not a big movie guy. And that's a bad thing. I should watch more movies. But I did watch the first Sonic movie because it was free with ads on YouTube. But I have premium, so I didn't have to watch the ads, I believe. But regardless, that was awesome. It was such a good movie. Like, I actively want to go see the other movies now. And like I said, I'm not a movie guy, so that's impressive. So the Sonic movie was great. Also, Killer Comedy TV, my guy. I am so sorry about what happened last night. We all know the Pistons should have won Game 4, Killer Comedy. We know that. They got robbed. They can't handle JB Bickerstaff and the bad boy Pistons V2. They can't handle it. I'm sorry that the Knicks won. I am genuinely in pain. I did not want the Knicks to win. But Killer Comedy, next year's your year, maybe. It'll be a better year because you got the Cavs in your conference, so that's gonna be hard to deal with. But Killer Comedy, man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm still reeling over it. Can of corn. It's just one of those things. The second you notice the Cell footsteps, it's all you hear. Exactly. It's like now that you pointed it out, I'm gonna see Cell every time I hear that sound. And it's probably because like these sound effects have been used in probably a lot of different anime, I would imagine, throughout the years. But like we're kind of talking about, like, hey, we're on to some big stuff now. Let's let's update it. Killer Comedy said it's okay. We root for the Cavs now, bro. Like I said, we still got comfy seats on the bandwagon. Anybody who is doubting my fanhood here, we got the Cavs towel from the home opener this year, and I will be going to Game 1 also on Sunday, which I'm excited for. I've never been to an NBA playoff game, but this will be my first one, so I'm excited. But I'm sorry, Killer. But all right, guys. Any other topics you guys want to talk about before I head out? I mainly just wanted to. Oh, I still have the timer running. But I mainly just wanted to cover these few episodes. But I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to cover for these last few minutes here. But after this, I am going to be going to. Well, actually, I got to go to the vet to go pick up some pills for my dog. He's all good. Cliff is all good. There's nothing to worry about. But he's just on like some anti-inflammatory meds essentially, so I gotta go pick those up, and they close at 5, so I don't have a lot of time, but did want to chat for a little bit since we don't have a chapter this week. All right, there we go. I found the chat. Jeez, that entire time I was trying to find which window the chat was, and I finally found it. can you watch the second trailer for the next episode? Can somebody send it to me? Because, okay, is it from Toei? Is it from their YouTube? Because I looked it up and I didn't see one that looked a lot different than the original. Because this one looks like the exact same as the other one. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I scrubbed through a couple of them and I couldn't tell any differences. That's what I was looking for. Miguel, you said, would be great to see you next week for more anime review. Dude, I might have to make this a normal thing. I'll have to think about the setup, because I really like the idea of doing anime reactions during the break week. Like, maybe I'll just do, like, I'll always have a stream Friday, and if it's a break, anime, then if not, and that's a cool way I can, like, let them stack up, too, so we have, like, a longer stream. But by the same token, I don't want to wait too long after, like, big episodes come out. So, I will keep doing them. I guess I don't really know the schedule yet. Brutal Attack, you said, how many bounty jumps do you think Luffy and Zoro are going to have? I think they probably have one more. Well, it's hard to say, because it really depends on, like, how many more arcs we have, because, like, after Elbaf, there could probably be one, but then at that point, are we just going to go start fighting the government? Because, like, if we're fighting the government directly, they're not going to, like, you know, if the government falls and Emu dies, they're not going to, like, posthumously make a bounty for Luffy. Like, the government, there just won't be bounties anymore. You know what I mean? So, I'll say minimum one, maybe two. I don't see more than two. Because Luffy's got to have his bounty get above Rogers. It's got to be, like, 5.6 billion or whatever, right? Because Rogers was, like, a little below that. Something like that. Sugar Rush Skeeting, question mark. Isn't that what they call blue skying? Isn't that the name? I don't know if they've settled on a name, because Skeeting does not sound like, you know, as maybe as friendly or as fun as tweeting, but I think that's what they say. Elbaf might get blown under the rug. Yeah, I can agree with that. Good vibes. Like, that's kind of the thing, is, like, even now, I'm like, do the Straw Hats really need bounty upgrades? Like, they need it for us, right? Like, for us readers to enjoy it. Because that's, like, those are always really cool moments. But, like, from the government's perspective, it's like, I don't, like, you know, the war is almost here. Like, how much longer are we going to keep doing this? Like, like, when is Big News just going to, you know, not distribute this anymore? Like, that moment's got to be coming, but... Can of Corn, you said, thank God, Cliff. Yeah, don't. Cliff is all good. Cliff could not jump on the bed a couple weeks ago, or, like, even really go up steps. He was, like, yelping. It was really scary. And then we got an x-ray, and she's like, oh, he's good. He just needs this one med, and then he's been, like, brand new ever since. So, hey, shout out Cliff. Shout out Ralph as well. What's funny about my dogs, though, I don't even know if you guys care, but I'm going to say it anyway. What's funny about my dogs is you guys probably know Cliff a lot better because he barks a lot during the streams. But, like, in day-to-day life, Cliff is, like, a non-issue. Like, he's just my shadow. He doesn't make noise. He doesn't cause problems. When we're walking, he doesn't pull on the leash, but Ralph will, and Ralph will bark all the time. Ralph is, like, he's very reactive to things. Like, he's the troublemaker. But during the streams, it's, like, the exact opposite, which is it's just funny for me because, like, Cliff is just quiet in the corner, hanging out, enjoying life. Like, 99% of the time, it's just the 1% is while we're streaming. Killer Comedy, do you think at some point Bonnie might use her Devil Fruit to give someone their full potential for a brief time on the Straw Hats? Like Usopp, maybe? That's interesting. Like, you know, the thing with Bonnie and her power is that, like, could that be cool? Yes, but wouldn't it be cooler if they achieved that on their own, right? Like, Oda's kind of walking a little bit of a tightrope there, where he could do a lot of cool stuff with, like, you know, let's see what Luffy at 40 years old, you know, is really like, or, you know, maybe Zoro, well, not even 40 years old, like, just Luffy maybe in a Pirate King timeline, right? Or Zoro in a World's Strongest Swordsman timeline, which might be this one, but just, you know, speed it up. It's like, well, now we're like, we got to go earn that. You know, we can't do that. So it reminds me a little bit of some stuff that happened in Hunter x Hunter. I feel like It towards the end. I don't know if I'm sure most of you have seen it, but I don't want to say it outright in case I'm spoiling anyone because it is like at the very end of the anime. But it kind of reminds me of that like I don't want someone to get their full potential just randomly. In Hunter x Hunter it worked really well, but in One Piece it's like I don't know. So I don't know. Usopp in particular would be interesting because he needs to have like bravery. Like if he were pushed to be like in a good version of himself that's like truly the Sniper King, then he might be able to like get confidence. Oh, I can do that. So I like that angle for him specifically might work in that very specific instance, but generally it's just, like I said, it's a tightrope. That's all. Octo 4, what if the whole crew goes Gear 5? Like that's my fear. Is like not if it happens in one specific instance, right? Like almost as a gag or like maybe as a way to kind of dive into what being Nika really means. Like that could work, but Oda's got to do something to where that can't happen regularly, right? Like that's got to be a one-time affair and then we're just done. At least that's how I see it. I'm behind, but the Sonic trilogy is fire. Roland V-Dub says, well, if you make it this far, Roland V-Dub, I'm glad you said that. You saying that has motivated me to go watch Sonic the movie 2. I don't know what it's really called, but the second movie. I'll watch that maybe tonight? What game do we have tonight? Is it Rocket Warriors tonight? I might have to watch that one, but I can probably watch it before that because I don't know. I do want to see it. Soulflake, you said you sent me a link to the second trailer on Discord. All right, let me check it out. Is it? Oh. Never mind. I went to the main part of my Discord because I didn't think you DM'd me. I thought you just sent it in the actual Discord, and I got a bunch of tags and other parts, and it took me a second, but all right, I found it. All right, let me watch this real quick. Oh, it's only 15 seconds. Oh, that's hype. Okay. So you actually got to see his hand. Oh, and the spot. Whoa, 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 whoa. At this video you sent me, Soulflake, of this preview. Oh, dude, showing the Nika symbol at 10 seconds was cool. But the spider rushing towards the screen at like 11 seconds, that is sick. Oh, man, that is cool. Man, I mean, I was already hyped. I didn't think I needed more hype, but like, bro, you guys were not kidding. That is sick. Next episode's going to be amazing. So like his hands, the way the spider was rushing, like they're going to cook that scene. And they should, because it's the Gorosei, right? Like, don't want to get too thick into the weeds of this, but with the Gorosei, I wasn't that pleased with their showing, to be honest with you. But I hope the anime just makes them look, even more daunting. Like in the manga, the end of it, I was little disappointed, but not incredibly, but at least a little bit. But hey, man, at least make them look badass. At least make them look good. Red, what are your bounty update predictions, Dak? I went and had to go get the scene where they get the bounty posters after Wano for the video that I uploaded earlier today. And whenever I was watching it, that thought actually crossed my mind. Like, all right, what are the next upgrades going to be? And my only couple thoughts I have, because like exact numbers, I don't have any good theories on it, but I think Oda, there's probably a rhyme or reason. Like with Luffy, it's the 5.6 thing. Like I think 5.6 will be Luffy's. Everyone else's, I'm not really sure. But I will say, I don't know what my official prediction is, but I'm really excited to see whether Sanji's is still lower than Jinbei's next time. Like, I think by the end of the story, Sanji's will be higher than Jinbei's because, like Jinbei doesn't care. It's not like Jinbei's gonna be sad about it, but Sanji will be happy if it happens, and I think Oda wants to give him that moment. But I think Luffy's will have to be 5.6 billion for sure for the Gomu of it all. And then I think Usopp's will jump back up to being the second highest on the crew. That's my biggest theory regarding bounties. I think after Elbaf, because it's supposed to be Usopp's arc, He's going to become a brave warrior of the sea, all that stuff. I think after that happens, his bounty will jump up to where it's right below Luffy's. Like, I don't know how close they'll be, because if Luffy's 5.6, you know, if Usopp goes to 2, it's not like they're that close, but it's still pretty amazing. But I think Usopp will have the second highest. Maybe it might even be where Luffy goes to 5.6, Usopp goes to 3 billion, because that's what Luffy's is now, and Usopp has 500 million now, which was Luffy's before 1.5 billion, right? It went 500 to 1.5 to 3, I believe. I think, right? It's something like that. I can't remember. But regardless, Usopp has one of Luffy's old ones, and I think he might get 3 billion next, and Luffy will move up to 5.6. Brutally said, Dragon's bounty 10 billion. That's another thing I really want to see. Dragon should have the highest one. He's the most wanted criminal. That, like, there's a lot of ways to break down most wanted criminal, right? But I think having the highest bounty is like, that's like the definition. Like, if you're going to look in the textbook, I think for the government, like, that is what that means. And so if he doesn't have the highest, something's going to be weird. So, like, I don't know if it'll be 10 billion, but it should definitely be, you know, above whatever Rogers used to be. What was his, like 555 or something? I can't remember. And then Roland V-Dub, you're still catching up, I see, but you said it'd be fire if you would watch the anime weekly or do a few episodes at once, depending on what happens based on the manga. Absolutely. I will definitely think about it. I had a lot of fun watching this, I'm gonna be honest. And, like, I don't do a whole lot of anime reactions, but this was, like, I mean, when they're cooking this hard, it's a lot easier. And not that they weren't cooking before, but, like, this will be fun to do regularly. Machina Man 64 with the $2 super chat. Hey Dak, do you prefer Pepsi or Dr. Pepper? I know what the answer is to this, and I don't want to offend anybody, because I'm very much staunchly in a camp here. And I don't want to offend you guys, particularly Chestnut Tanuki, because she is a fan of one of these two sodas, very much so, probably addicted to it. But Dr. Pepper reigns supreme. Dr. Pepper is arguably the best soda in existence on the planet Earth. Now, if we're talking drinks in general, that's a different discussion. But if we're talking soda, if we're talking carbonated, sugary beverages, or, you know, zero sugar, Dr. Pepper is like echelons above some of the others. And Pepsi's okay. You know, I drink Coke a good amount. Well, Coke Zero, but Dr. Pepper is my number one. By like, I don't drink it that often because, well, I try not to drink actual sugar. I shouldn't even be drinking zero sugar, but I try not to drink sugary drinks that much. And I don't think Dr. Pepper Zero is quite as good as Coke Zero, but regular Dr. Pepper is maybe the best soda. That's what I'll say. Water on top, yeah. If we're talking water, if we're talking all beverages, water's number one. You guys see me during the streams all the time. What do you think's in here? It's water. It's H2O. I drink a couple of these a day, so I'm with you. Water is number one, by far. But once we move past it and we go into the carbonation realm, Dr. Pepper. I see a lot of Dr. Pepper votes there at the bottom. I appreciate y'all. I didn't know how anybody would feel, because, like, what is Dr. Pepper? Spicy cherry? Is that I think that's what they call it, but that's like, if you told somebody, here, have some spicy cherry soda, like, they are not going to be, like, that excited about it. Maybe some people will, but just generally, at least here in America, I don't think a lot of people would be excited to drink something like that. But whatever it is, like, it's so good. It's phenomenal. I can't remember who it was. Was it somebody who is a regular here on the channel said they hadn't had Dr. Pepper before? And whoever that was, you need to go do it. I know Kev DOG hadn't had it till like a year ago, and that was crazy. I don't think he liked it, but it is like a new thing. You know, it is a very unique flavor, so I get anybody's hesitancy with it. Spicy cherry is Pib, I think, but isn't Pib Dr. Pepper? I mean, and maybe this is a hot take, but I think I might prefer Pib over Dr. Pepper. Now, I want to put a caveat. If you're talking Pib out of a fountain, like at Chipotle, that's the best way to consume that kind of beverage. If we're talking bottle or cans, I actually think Dr. Pepper is better. But I worked at Chipotle, as some of you may know. I was a manager there. And I'm telling you right now, There was nothing like getting a large cup of Pib after a closing shift and chugging that bad boy down. And it was always Pib. It was not anything else. During the shift, I'd have water or maybe like watered down lemonade or something. I'm not drinking Pib all day. But if you're talking like end of the night, finally relaxing, bro, chug some Pib. I'm telling you. Killer Comedy, you said your favorite soda is Faygo Rock and Rye? That is wild. I've never had it, so I can't, I'm not going to sit here and say it's bad, because I don't know. But I will say I've seen that at the Save-A-Lot near my house probably hundreds of times, and it's never even remotely crossed my mind to grab a bottle of it. But that's crazy you said that. Maybe I should. I don't know. But, all right, guys, I am going to head out now. I got to go because it's going to take me a little bit to get to the vet so I can go get those pills for Cliff. So I got to head out. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciated it. I had a lot of fun watching this. So we're going to keep doing this. I will probably do a community post with the schedule or something. So keep an eye out for that. And also, any members in the chat, I also wanted to shout this out. And I'll do a post about it so you'll see it. But any members, I'm doing another TCG giveaway soon. I'll be posting about that in a couple days. And I'm going to be opening it up to pretty much everyone, regardless of your country. The last time that I did a TCG giveaway, I had a winner from another country, and I sent it in a plain white envelope, which to me was a new shipping method. I've only shipped packages like as an actual package internationally. Excuse me. And it all worked out really well. It got to them safely. It didn't cost extra. It went down exactly as I thought, and it's supposed to work the same for every other country. So long story short, if you are a member, regardless of where you live, unless like, I don't know all the rules, but void where prohibited. So like, I would guess that like North Korea is not an option, but most countries are going to be eligible. So if you guys want to sign up, keep an eye out for that. We'll be opening that up to everybody. So, but all right, guys. And Pancake, you said anime set has some nice cards. That's the next one we're opening. I got a few boxes of that ordered, so that's what we'll be giving away. But all right, guys.